You know, in the 70s, watching Doctor Who on PBS, watching said, "Oh, hi there." There we go. So coming in late in the game, I feel for the kids who grow up.
Hello and welcome, fellow Whovians, to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. I will be your host today. My name is Melanie Dean, and we're going to be having a little bit of a MegaCon 2024 recap. We're just going to be talking about what MegaCon, all the fun MegaCon was, what our booth presence was. We're going to share some photos, and we're going to talk about the 4 panels that we had, some of the amazing audience that we had there, what their answers were to our panel topics, and what our answers are now. And join us, will you, as we go along our merry way. With me tonight, I have somebody who was at MegaCon. And so that's an easy way to figure out who this person is backstage. And it is our very own Song Swan cosplay, Jess. Jedi Jess is what I wanted to say, but I just wanted to say Jess.
Oh, I mean, you can say Jedi Jess. I probably should have a Jedi Jess because that's what I was at MegaCon. So
right. And a very happy Bad Batch Eve. Manifesting.
I know.
Please come back, baby.
No body, no kill.
Okay, no body, no kill. How are you?
You know, this is going to be an interesting show because MegaCon was such a whirlwind. I don't know if I actually remember MegaCon. I was there all 4 days, beginning to end, but that doesn't mean I remember anything. So
I know, right?
It's gonna be good.
We're gonna recap 2 weeks after.
I wouldn't have remembered it day of. I would have been like, "What happened?"
I know. I think
I was where?
Dead.
Oh gosh. I'm just now starting to feel alive after it. And I didn't even get con crud. No. Which, not con.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I didn't get it. Get it, but I was just that full-on exhaustion that you get after after a show. And you're like, okay, I don't want to do anything next weekend. I will do nothing.
I'm not going to move.
I'm not going to do anything. I will hope my laundry miraculously does itself. But anywho, speaking of somebody now who wasn't at MegaCon, so I have no idea what on earth they did the following weekend. Maybe they did nothing as well. That will be our very own Nick Smith from also the Cosmic Mask. Hey,
well,
Nick.
Hello. I can't wait to hear about what you forgot about MegaCon and what might have happened.
Exactly.
He's here to jog our memories.
I'm going to surprise myself, you know.
Although there's another thing that Nick can do, and is all of our panels. We had a DALEKHAL come to our panels, and many times, okay, well, I said all of them. We had 4 panels. We had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Wow.
The Saturday panel, he was unable to attend because trying to get the Dalek through the show floor to an elevator up to the room, don't even try it. However, for 3 of the panels that he was at, he kept us on track because it was me and Jess doing the panels, and you know how we tend to go off topic. So there was many times where all of a sudden you just saw the ice stock turn at us, and it was like back on. You're getting off topic,
right? Topic.
Like, yeah, yes.
And
I totally do that. Yeah.
I was telling Christian as the days went on. So like Thursday, we stayed for the most part on topic, and then Friday we started varying, and then Saturday we were really and Sunday, for me, I was just another universe on staying on topic. So hopefully I won't be as bad because I've had more sleep.
But going off topic is fun. There's so much to talk about.
I know. Yeah. And some of the bunny trails, we came up with some really good Doctor Who episodes. Like, I'm just saying.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
So
you can say anything you want. Since you can't remember everything, it's like, oh yeah, we came up with this great stuff. We'll never know what it is.
Well, it was a third. Well, that might have been more on topic, but that was like with Thursday, Friday. I think we came up with some really good like episode ideas, and we were like, yes, we should do this. Like, let's get on the BBC writing team.
Well, Faith said that she remembers MegaCon.
Oh,
well,
no.
at least that's what. However, she also says, I got massive burnout. So I guess the first thing I'm going to do is I'm the only one kind of driving everything. So forgive me, everybody that's, watching. You'll see my head go that way a lot because I'm clicking through and trying. And I promise I will try to do all the comments kind of ish. I promise I'll just do them. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go through some of the photos that I believe, Jess, you're the one that took most of them because you manned the booth.
Yes.
Well, actually,
me and my team.
You had a team. Tell us about
a
the team that was at the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS booth table in the community zone.
Yeah, we had a team TARDIS. We definitely did. So, yeah, it was a bunch of different people that I know from different places. That one was Faith, who got burnout. She was one of our helpers from day one. And then we had Kat Catastrophe, who helps us with the booth quite often. She usually comes and fills in when we need bathroom breaks and stuff like that, which was great. And then I had a bunch of some of my other ones. My friend CJ, my roommate Chris, my 11th Doctor friend, and his girlfriend Nikki. And yeah, that's the whole. That's not even the full group. That's only some of us. But we had a full team behind us, and it was great. Good fun.
Faith says, it would have been hilarious if someone recorded a bunch of doctors riding the escalator.
I know, we should have. Just had like a regenerated elevator. No. We'll work.
Make it a TARDIS kind of deal.
Yeah, we'll workshop that idea.
It says, Thursday, I marched in with a huge group of Whovians all the way from Doctor Who meetup. Oh, that would have been fun. I wonder if there's possibly photos of that somewheres. Running through some comments real quickly. Mark Robinson says, hi, guys. So does the time scales. I know Dan's out there. I know quite a few people are out there. Kevo from X's from Show. It's just it's far back, so I can't find it. Sorry. And then Timescale says, a few days of running a con booth can be exhausting. I ran one at a general sci-fi con and was exhausted when it ended. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. The fun part of MegaCon is at least for artists, for the Artist Alley, our us fools, is that we have to do our setup on Thursday. So the show is Thursday. our set Wednesday exhibitors can go in and they can go in and start, because they'll usually have 10 by 10 booths or that kind of thing. The artists have to set up on Thursday, and the show starts at 1, so and it ends at 9, so it's
That's a long day.
Very long day. So that's okay, I'm gonna be dead on Thursday.
And then you have to get up super early on Friday, right after closing it on Thursday.
Yep. The fun part is, if you ever go to MegaCon, next year MegaCon will be Super Bowl weekend. It'll be February 6th through 9th, 2025. It is the same weekend as, it is the same weekend as San Diego Comic-Con is doing. Not the same weekend, but they're doing their first cruise. They're doing a Comic-Con cruise, and it's out of Tampa that same weekend. Now, I don't know if that's going to be pulling people. Because people kind of wondering, will that pull anyone? Because some people who've never experienced Comic-Con and always want to go tickets, maybe the Tampa people, Orlando, Florida, maybe they'll go, you know what? I want to do a Comic-Con cruise. Let's do this, blah, blah, blah. The ticket price is $900 per person.
Ooh.
So because of that, we're swinging right back to MegaCon, where, it's going to be a little bit of a battle on the I-4 corridor of which convention you want to go to. But MegaCon came strong this year with their guest list.
Yeah.
It was to me, it was Star Wars Celebration Part 2.
Well, and I don't know if you guys watched the interview that Ewan McGregor did, the next night.
On Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh my gosh, he was on Jimmy Kimmel, and he was just and the guy was like, yeah, or Jimmy, I guess it would be, not the guy. And I was like, if Ewan's in the room, everyone else is just the guy.
Yeah.
So he was asking him, he was like, so you just did a convention this weekend? And Ewan's like, yes, a MegaCon. It's a mega. And he made sure and put so much emphasis on mega. And he was like, it was massive. It was
not a tiny con.
Yeah. Tiny con. That really did had to up the cachet of MegaCon, because that's Florida's biggest convention. And now it's honestly, it's going to be, it's up there now with the Comic-Con, the San Diego Comic-Con, the Emerald City Comic-Cons, the Dragon Cons, the New York City Comic-Cons, the C2E2. It's now, wait a minute, it's starting to get up there with the big boys as well.
Yeah, we're lucky to have it in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Just local for us.
But it's a great local convention. It's a great traveling convention because it's in Orlando. It has plenty of hotel space. It's got plenty of infrastructure to take tourism, because it's right there next to SeaWorld and Disney and Universal, and it can handle.
So you don't have to choose. Also, if you're traveling, you don't have to choose between, do I go to this large convention or do I go to Disney? It's you can kind of do both. So.
Yeah. And this MegaCon weekend was also the Pro Bowl. So it was the Pro Bowl, the NFL skills test. It was the Olympic trials for some stuff. It was a busy weekend on yeah. What else? Oh, segueing to Thursday, there's one important thing for all vendors, and I would say all vendors definitely know this trick, kind of, and most locals or ish, and that is on Thursday. Yes, it's a long day. It's 1 to 9. The closest Publix closes at 10. So it is a mad dash for everybody to get everything, get out of that parking lot. Oh, the parking lot. And get to that Publix, so that way you could refuel, get to the hotel or wherever you've been staying, and then eat, and then go, and then crash out.
That's how you need a team. Send someone to Publix, you do the booth thing. It.
Yes. Let's see. I'm gonna run to the comments real quickly. Oh, here we go. Comic-Con. Comic-Con talk. So Faith, again, I'm sorry, I keep trying to get to the comments back and forth a bit. Faith says MegaCon definitely going up. Yeah, Ewan, come back. Yes, please. And there was another huge A-list star, and that would be Tom freaking Hiddleston. He was there. And he's usually like a New York Comic-Con kind of person.
Official middle name.
I know he had done Wizard Worlds before.
Yes. So I think maybe that Wizard World
was kind of brought into fan.
Yeah, because Fan Expo had purchased Wizard World.
So if that's the case, I also know that Chris Evans did a Wizard World. So I think we should get Chris Evans. You know, I'm just,
I'm sorry. There's going to be a lot of Captain America shields showing up and getting them autographed. Roger says, hopefully Doctor Who makes it to the San Diego Comic-Con this year. That was one that was noticeably missing from this con, except for Alex Kingston. There wasn't a huge Who presence, although we're having I call it New Who or RTD2, but I learned from one person in our panel room calling it Neo Who. So it's classic Who, New Who, Neo Who. I'm like, okay.
I like New Who because it's Russell T Davies who did New York. And yeah, exactly. So like New makes sense for RT.
New Earth.
New Earth. New. Yeah, exactly.
To save the Neo for later. It's going to be more.
Faith says we did the shuttle for the first time. It was interesting. LOL. Kevo X is for show. Team TARDIS. Let's see. Mark says, don't you guys have 24/7 supermarkets? Yes, we do, but they're going to be a little further away from the convention center, so you're definitely going to have to Uber.
And they're really the only ones near the convention center are near the theme parks, and so yeah, you don't touch those because you're gonna have a bunch of tourists that come in and they're just angry at the world and taking up a lot of space, and so to get in and get out is not going to happen at the tourist Walmarts. So
yeah, the 24/7 supermarkets, that's the Walmart super centers like on 92 or 192. Yeah, the one on
cost.
Yeah, the ones in Kissimmee, 535, and
you find your local one that's tucked in a corner, and that's the only ones you can go to.
Plus, for me, fresh food prep kind of, I need to eat something. I'm good to go to the deli counter at Publix because I just know that they're going to have more of a quick turnover, and I know it's more freshly made. Yeah, plus that I mean, really, where my Airbnb is, which I'm not going to. Well, it's near that Publix. I'm not gonna say where it was because don't you people take the one Airbnb that I really like. I'm watching it like a hawk, so I can go ahead and get it. Timescales asks, tickets at $900 each. Is that for a booth or admission? Seems a little high. That's
for the cruise.
Cruise. That is for the cruise. I think it's a 5-day. I can't remember if it's a 5-day or a 7-day. And that's a cruise coming out of Tampa. Local fun fact, those aren't going to be the big cruise ships. That's going to be a smaller ship because they have to fit under the Skyway Bridge. So that is going to be, I don't know if it's Royal Caribbean they're doing it with or if they're doing it with Carnival. I'm not sure which cruise ship they partnered with. But it's one of the smaller ships. It's not like an Oasis of the Seas. It's more going to be like a Voyager of the Seas, if that makes any sense. But yeah, it's not going to be the massive, gigantic cruise ships that have like, I don't know, like a walkway between them of just apartment building kind of thing, like Oasis. It's a little smaller.
A
little older. Let's see. Faith asks Chris Hemsworth, please. X is for show. Kevo is, I agree with y'all. New Who is better. New is better than Neo Who.
Thank you.
No ISBN number has been issued for San Diego Comic-Con. Only comic. They normally are months in advance. Okay. X for show. Oh my god, I miss shopping with the tourist Walmarts. You saw the wildest people at 1 a.m. after a late park shift.
Facts.
They're all sunburnt, exhausted, dehydrated, angry, and
yelling at their 2-year-old that's been up since 4 a.m. And like, I wonder why they're having a temper tantrum. Like, you've had your 2-year-old up for over like 18 hours. Like,
Sure.
All of the cosplayers need to visit the local Walmart at midnight and freak everyone out. Now there's a viral video. Haha. Fun fact: I've met many a cosplayer. I'm actually good friends now with a cosplayer because I saw her at the con. She was dressed as Melisandre at MegaCon, but I never had a chance to say, "Oh my god, I love your costume," because I was behind my booth. And I ended up seeing her at Publix and just started gushing right then and there. I just kept gushing, and now we're friends.
Wawa is where we meet up after. Oh,
Christopher's right there with you. Wawa at 3 a.m. hits different.
Yes. Oh, and Christopher, he was one of our booth helpers. He's the one that looks like a he did a redneck Thor cosplay. So it was Thor God of Thunder. Thor God of Thunder. But yeah, that's him in he's the one taking the photo. So his head is.
See if I can find him. I'm gonna do a quick.
He did the Ken as well.
Okay.
There's Faith. She helped with our booth. That's not him. That was one of our really cool first people that stopped by to take a photo with our lovely TARDIS.
Yay! Cool. I'll go through the photos. We've got a Rose.
I believe that was, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, that was a Thursday, but I think she said
it was
her first con. And I was like, and you came here? I'm like, be careful.
Yes.
Rest yourself. But like, yeah, she was so sweet. So very sweet.
I believe I remember seeing her at the panel, at one of the panels.
Yes.
And really, she was amazing and like contributing and chatting and all that kind of stuff as we kept going along.
That's Chris.
Okay.
That's, yeah.
Walmart at 3 a.m. hits different. These people look familiar.
I've never seen those people before.
I like how you're slowly putting your head in.
I've never ever seen. I mean, does this profile look? No.
That's Jess and Faith.
Yeah.
Up on I think it was before our first panel. Thursday. Our first panel.
We got in early, and so we took some fun TARDIS photos.
Yay! Picture of the booth showing off the raffles. That was because I remember I love that you had the whiteboard so you could tell people this is our panelists, this is we're having a raffle and all that kind of fun stuff. Do you have photos of the raffle themselves? The little baskets in here. Let's see. That's the Spacey Award and the TARDIS. There's Faith again. We have a Captain Marvel holding the TARDIS. 13. Not 13. 12th Doctor. 12th Doctor. My brain's not working. I believe I remember seeing him at during the panels. We've seen this photo a few times now. We've got another River, and this time with 13. Awesome photos. Okay, we got a definitely 10th Doctor.
She's oh my gosh.
Because I'm sitting here going, that's not just normal dress, that's cosplay.
No, that is cosplay. That's what is her name? Ruby Sunday.
It's Ruby.
Oh, Lord save me.
I was like, what is?
I didn't realize the skirt. No, she's Ruby.
I couldn't remember because we've only had the Christmas special with Ruby. Yeah. So I was like, what is her name? What is Ruby her Sunday. Name? And I was like, it's Ruby.
We have this young gentleman doing the 11th Doctor. And then, this is Christian added the card that was signed. So thank you, anyone who went to MegaCon and signed Christian's little get well kind of we missed you card. He got it, and he loves it, and he adores it, and that we miss you.
I can send you the photo of the.
So okay, back to comments.
Raffle. Could not think of that word.
More comments.
Yep. So people were like, "That's Ruby. That's Ruby," and correcting as I don't know. I'm sorry. It's so crazy. I'm trying to do.
Does anyone else think of ice cream with Ruby's name? Like, I know they tried to make it like Sunday, the day of the week, but I'm like, a Ruby Sunday sounds like a dish.
Well, that was like the grandmother was named Cherry Sunday.
Oh, I just think of the restaurant.
Because they made that joke at one point because he was saying how sweet she was. and they started flirting a bit with the doctor and the grandma. The pink, white, and orange curtain backdrop looks like the lesbian flag, which I love for that 13 River photo. Ooh, let me see which one. Oh, it's because of the MegaCon kind of deal.
Oh, that's great.
That's awesome. Brand, sorry, I'm going back to comments.
It was a happy coincidence.
I'm trying to go back. That was Chris saying I'm in this photo and I don't like it. Maddie won one of the raffles. So yeah, there wasn't there was raffles. There was a raffle for each day, I believe, that we had at the booth.
I did send you on the show chat in Messenger. I sent a photo
okay
of the raffles. But yes, we did a raffle each day, and there was not like an entrance fee for it. It was just if you subscribed and liked. So if you liked our Facebook page and you subscribed to our YouTube, even if you already were, if you showed us that, you would get a raffle ticket. And then if you were in cosplay, if you took a photo with the famous TARDIS and posted it tagging us on social media, you could get a second one. And you could come back to our booth at any time throughout the weekend. So each day, and just show us that, so you wouldn't have to resubscribe. You just came back, visited us, said hi, showed us that you already did that, and take another photo, and then you could put 2 more tickets in.
Right.
So it was good fun.
I'm still trying to get that photo, and I'm trying to find it, but it's taking forever.
I think I did it in the show chat.
Yeah. Well, the bet, in order to do it, I have to get onto the
understand. It's more complicated.
It's extremely complicated, so unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to upload it and do this and do that.
I think you need a tech.
I know. I need a tech. I need tech to help me. Anywho, let's go. I'm trying to find what our panels were on Thursday, and kind of let's go on with our panels now. We can kind of talk about that a bit.
You posted them. So first one was Doctor Who Deserves a Spinoff.
Yes. So on the Thursday panel, that one for Doctor Who Deserves a Spinoff, we has to basically we posed to the audience who have you seen on the show that you wish that we had a spinoff of?
With live action, because some people brought up stuff that had either been like lost episodes or animated or stuff like that, and so we were like, or Big Finish. And so we had said like where you would want to see this in live action.
Sorry, I was agreeing with Kevo, saying this is why Kevo needs 3 monitors to produce our show. LOL. I'm like, I'm on my laptop.
So what did you guys come up with? What were your spin-off ideas?
There were a ton. What was it things said?
One was one person said that they wanted Sally Sparrow, that they want to see more Sally Sparrow, but that actually happened after the constable that was sent back first to warn her, and I've on the name,
because we did the name again. Hold on, it was because life is short and you are hot.
Yes, it was that person that they wanted to spin off. They wanted more of them, and
we all loved him.
waiting and going. This was your mission, is to go back. You're gonna you're gonna stay back, and you're gonna just take your time and warn her.
Someone said the pawns, but when they were sent back, so them navigating, being back in time in New York in the 40s.
Yeah, seeing their slow life
and seeing their just live out their lives. So they did say that they wanted a spinoff of the pawns, but like without the Doctor, and trying to like adjust to life.
To just fish out of water.
Yeah.
Dealing with the culture shock.
Mm-hmm.
And what's good with that is it's left writing wise, it's left a great hole for if both Arthur Darvill and Karen Gillian want to visit that, they can from here until how many ever decades from now, they were like, you know what, I'm up for it. Let's do it. Because they can, because it literally is from when we saw them till their deaths. So it can be revisited at any point, and they don't have to worry really about they don't have to worry about time as we know it, fussing away with, with putting like how like doing prequels and sequels. You don't have to worry about that. They can whoever's writing it can write for their ages at the present of shooting.
I think I had even said, and if I didn't say it at that panel, I'm thinking it now, which was the fact of, wouldn't it be really cool if they were the ones that found Melody as a little girl and got her to them for Mel's, like, or at least find her as Mel's and got her over to the UK, because she's regenerating in New York when she becomes Mel's. Right. So I was like, wouldn't that be fun if they were the ones that were like, okay, you need to be sent over there. Just, no reason. Let's get this little girl over there.
Her over there,
yeah.
Send her on over. Faith brings up one person said 2 pops. That's Clara and me, and one just the gap timeline of a Shielder. That's right, because it was the 2 separate ones saying, well, how about this, and then how about this? Because that was one thing that we would posit is during our conversations. With the the entire when the audience is really kind of participating and having fun, it went into, okay, not only who do you want to see, we kind of opened it up to when is there anything specific, what time frame, what is it that you want to see with this character? So you're no longer just saying, oh, I want to, with the Shielder, it's like, oh, well, you want to see me again, how do you want to see me? And that was just really interesting, figuring out, oh, I wanted this and this.
Or the adventures of the floating diner.
I know, it's like Diner TARDIS.
Yeah. Oh, someone also said the Earth, the other universe with
Peace World
2. Yes.
That's what I brought up. Kevo also bringing that up. The very selfishly want a Rose 10-2 spinoff, but more realistically, I would love to see what Sarah Jane's kids are up to.
Someone else had brought that up too. Yeah. Oh, Canine Puppies.
That was it. Oh, that.
Yes. Someone had said that they wanted a canine spinoff.
They wanted.
I mentioned that I wanted canine puppies. Like, could you imagine, kind of like how you have the Cybermats? And they're like the mini Cybermen. Imagine having like mini canines and like canines puppies. And like, obviously they'd be their own little droids, but like, wouldn't that be so cute? Oh my gosh, right. And the marketing. I'm just saying, those would sell.
That was so much trouble. Can you imagine canines?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I did tell you that I had really good ideas.
For everybody started bringing up other things that would have to go along with the canine puppies. It's like, okay, I want to see canine puppies, and then they're going to go on an adventure here, and then
I think we said with 12 at one point. It was like 12 with the canine puppies, and I was like, yes,
we wanted.
Yeah. So
each puppy would be modeled after a doctor.
Oh,
that would be amazing.
That would be so cute.
And then the mischievous canine pups I need.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so BBC, if you're hiring for your writing team, I got some good ideas.
Little bit of fever dream, but we're excited about it. So that's the awesome part.
Did it really happen?
I mean, I do regret not being able to record that panel or any of our panels, and because it's really hard to go live in that building, especially as it gets
there's no
busy,
internet,
you have no signal, so it's like next year, if you're not here, watching us, if you're not there in person with us, we'll try to do something a little bit more,
maybe
fun.
We just have to like record it without internet and then like upload it later.
Well, that's part of the incentive to go, though, isn't it? You go to the con, you experience things you're not going to see at home. You're not going to.
You're right. Yeah, that's kind of what the point is. Yeah. Totally forgot about that.
That whole thing.
Somebody with an amazing name says, because the name is
Oh,
on point.
my cat. Oh, bless. Sorry.
Okay, I keep getting distracted by watching the cat run around. And I know we have a cat alert thing, and I'm just trying to stay on top of one thing at a time.
Doing great, Melanie.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I can't think of anything else with that. Oh, so okay, I'm trying to think what our answers were.
Yeah.
Of spin-offs. Another one was Paternoster Gang. I'm trying to remember what on earth I said. I think I even blanked out at the show too, of who I wanted to spin off to, and I think I ended up just going with the what's going on in the meta crisis that in Pete's world is. I want to see Rose and 10 too. I want to know what's going on, since David Tennant now is 3 different doctors. So why not? He's up for it apparently. So let's
Doctor spin-off.
Have all 3 of them. We're no longer doing a split screen of the doctors. We're gonna have 3 of them. Why not? Jess, I don't know.
No one else in the show, just him talking to himself.
And it's all just David. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Jess, was yours just canine puppies?
No, that was based off of someone else's.
That was
mine.
Spin, yeah.
Yeah, no, mine was because I was dressed as River this day, and I was like, "Hello."
Yeah, that's right.
Because I absolutely wanted. I always want a River song spinoff. Of just her doing her own, and we kind of get that with Husbands. I feel like that's the only time that we get to see her kind of in her element doing her stuff, but I want to see all the archaeological Indiana Jones, like River Song as Indiana Jones, basically. I think that would be fun. And then someone else mentioned that they would love to see the 24 years with her and Capaldi, and I was like, yes, I want that too. Thank you.
Just knock their socks off because they're both great actors.
Oh my gosh. Well, and it was announced that in those 24 years, there was a fallout to where Capaldi went and lived with otters for a bit and River went and did her own thing. So, like, there is a gap where neither of them are accounted for on Darillium. So.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see that. That would be. Mark says maybe River Song is Lara Croft, and you know what? That tracks.
Yeah,
that kind of tracks.
That does track.
Another incarnation. Yeah, that's
right. Instead of a next time on bit, they'll have a no spoilers title card. Yeah. One said. Another person had said 8th Doctor, but with his big Finish stories and maybe animated. It's right, because then I had brought out that I love the fact that when they were brought all the doctors back and they were wearing the robes and whatnot in Jodie's run, that McGowan got to wear. He was wearing his normal kind of his stuff that he didn't get to wear during the movie, but Night of the Doctor he got to wear, and that they kind of made fun of it, going, "Oh, there's always one Doctor that has to be different." Yeah. That's what I want. I want that so badly.
Yeah.
CTSP says woot.
Woot.
Woot. And Faith, human beings are not otters. Not otters. No, Clara. Yay! You're here live. I apologize now. I apologize to you live. So Nick, now I'm going to posit the question to you. Who do you feel deserves a spinoff?
I want to see a bad guy spinoff.
Oh.
It could be, pick your bad guy. It could be the Master. It could be someone more obscure. Just being bad. They're sympathetic. They have an arc, but they don't turn good. It's not like the Book of Boba Fett where they're helping people. They're actually being bad, and we enjoy watching it. They kind of
I'll tear you, and you're correct.
But yeah, I want to see the Master just a day in his life or her life. What are they?
I think someone did say they wanted to see the gap between Missy and 13's Master.
Mm-hmm.
So
that became we derailed bad on that one.
We did derail a lot.
That one derailed, and I think that might have actually either been on this panel or it might have been another panel where everyone was going with Master and trying to figure out. It became very theory time of whether or not Sasha Dewan's master is before or after.
Mhm.
And it was kind of that, and we were all going back and forth, and it was fun. It was confusing, but we were all laughing like crazy, kind of like, wait, no, wait, and other hands just it got to the point where you're like, no one's putting. It's like, don't put your hands up, just keep talking. It's easier. Somebody had a birthday.
Thank you.
So happy belated birthday, Nick. What was that dice again?
I don't remember. It's totally out of my head.
Let's see. Get some rose in there. Yes, please. Then going went fast. Missy, the Missy and Sasha gap.
Mhm.
How about a spinoff of Brigadier Stewart? I think I'm trying to remember if someone had brought that one up. I think maybe someone brought that up on a previous show of ours, or I think Mark might have brought that one up. But that would be a good one, and that was one thing that we kind of put on the table, is it might have to be animated, but again, sky's the limit. We're just having fan fun, so pick anyone you want. Usually, mine's always I think when we did this as a show, I picked Harry Sullivan. Because I love the hell out of that imbecile Harry Sullivan, and how much Forth called him an imbecile. Sorry.
I remember another spinoff idea. It was Unit with all of the cameos and how they got Stark Tower.
That's right, because we were trying to figure out at what point did Unit get Stark Tower. I kept calling it Avengers Tower, but yes, that's how we just opened it, saying, when did that happen?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to move
the next one.
The next one. 3 more to go. Doctor Who backwards or forwards.
Yes.
So this was, if you get the TARDIS, you get to walk onto the TARDIS, you can do anything you want with the TARDIS. Now, yes, you can go anywhere, period. Earth, galaxy, all that kind of stuff. So, and the where is open also. But the real question is when. So, would you rather go to the future, or would you rather go backwards in time? So, past or future. A lot of great people were coming up with some amazing answers. Just to be able to bear witness to different historical events. One gentleman wanted to go back to be on the mall to see Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech, and to be among the all the mass of people there witnessing this amazing event. There was So you had great moments in history. There was someone, I think they had said, I don't know if it was a spinoff or it was at one other point, but someone had brought up Rosa Parks and that they wanted to see her at one point. But I might be oh no, I'm missing that one up. That's another panel, was who do you want to meet? That footnote on that one. Because I'm trying to think of all the other historical moments that people were bringing up.
There were so many.
It was when different things, it wasn't the pyramids being built, but it was something else being built that's now gone. I can't remember if they had mentioned it was like Helicanarsis or something else that was another, like, one of the wonders of the world.
Mm-hmm. Like the Library of Alexandria or something.
Right, and like me and Jessica do, we go off topic. And at one point, I think someone said that they wanted to go back. That's what I'm thinking of. They wanted to go back in time because there needs to be, that they would personally like to see more Latin America, Central America, South America time representation. I mean, we had it in the first Doctor with the Aztecs. It would be, he was the Aztecs, and the fourth Doctor also was.
I think that was the last panel. Who would you like to meet?
Who would you like to meet?
Yeah, we got off topic real bad on Sunday, and I think we started going into cultural.
Well, because I know that was then,
because
it was also at the, if you could go back, they wanted to go back in time to see, I think it was Tikal being created. Because I remember we were talking about Guatemala.
I told you I don't remember these things. I'm all blended together.
Yep. Logopolis. Let's see. Going backwards beckons, but definitely forwards. When would you go?
Mm-hmm.
There was one person that wanted to go back, but they wanted to go back. It wasn't a historical event here. They wanted to go back to Gallifrey, and that's another one we went crazy off tangent wise. It wasn't tangent. They wanted to go back to Gallifrey, but they wanted to see the origin of Gallifrey, of the people before they became Time Lords and had the glass,
So before like Rassilon Jean, it was like
before that.
Before they became hoity-toity.
Yes.
The Shobogans or what? We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, they're just like back. And then it became a dissertation on the theory of how time travel works or how time runs.
That might have been my bad.
No, because it was you and it was another and a couple people within the panel that were kind of going back and forth on
time travel theory of whether it's Einstein-Rosenbridge versus a multiverse versus parallel time streams versus the tree theory. Like, yeah, we got way off topic.
It was
great. It was great.
I mean, the cast of Back to the Future was there at MegaCon, so I mean, it makes sense. And we were talking talking Doctor Who, so everything was all, timey.
Yeah, because I think I was talking about the theory from X-Men First Class about fixed points, because that's what we were talking about. Something had come up about fixed points and stuff. So yeah,
I know I brought up an Avengers movie at that point. And I'm like, look, I think it's, I think the Avengers. And also Lost, the writers of both sections of those brought up the fact that people know time travel, layman's terms, time travel based on what entertainment we've digested.
Yeah.
So are we talking Back to the Future? Are we talking about, people have that's the kind of scope that most people need to have an analogy in their head. And right.
Butterfly paradox, grandfather paradox, like what are we looking at here?
Mm-hmm.
And I always thought it was funny when the Avengers, where it was like Rhodey asking, and they're going back and forth of all the time movies, saying no because it doesn't work in this movie, and this movie, and this movie, and it's a little bit meta because it's them in a movie talking about other movies. But really, that's how people think about time travel. And go, okay, hold on, huge concept. I got to wrap my brain around it. What movie are we talking about? That way I can get from my headspace. And we kind of put it out saying, no, you could go wherever you're going backwards. You're fine. You're not going to cause anything. You're not going to, we're not doing a Bill and Ted thing. It's, we're good. You're grabbing people and we're
excellent.
What do you want to go say? Exactly. You're excellent. And then here's Dan, but there is a possibility in real physics too. There is. And then that's when the conversations start going back to that. And
oh, yeah, because we talked about light speed and how technically that is a version of time travel, but you don't have a sustainable power source to be able to move a vessel at the speed of light without it. Yeah, anyway.
The panel went off the rails.
We went just a little off topic, but it was great.
And we have escalators. So
yeah.
Let's see. Andrew brings up a good point here. It's funny how Doctor Who rarely talks about the nuts and bolts of time travel.
And that was a comment. And we don't know what theory Doctor Who functions with, because sometimes it is wormhole theory, but sometimes it's parallel pocket universe theory. And so it's in flux. Really?
I was like, just saying, Mommy, that was bad.
Yeah, I know. I just got judgment from my cat, and it is documented. Lovely.
Yeah.
There it is.
Traveling TARDIS cat alert.
Oh my gosh.
We had it set up early on that it's a circle rather than a straight line. That was what we're trying to work with here in Doctor Who.
Right. The time scale says, I would use my TARDIS to go back and ride the ships with my ancestors when they immigrated from the Netherlands and Ireland. Talk about a family memory. Kind of, I was thinking something. It's I was gonna say it's kind of Assassin's Creed-ish. Just thinking that going, because you remember you're using your family's memories in order to go back in time to remember these events or live through them. So it kind of reminded me of that a little bit, just to be neat to go back and seeing a family kind of thing.
Yeah.
So Nick, I was gonna throw you right under the bus.
You say that you give me a lurch in my stomach. Nick.
So Nick, do you have an idea if you would want to go backwards or forward?
I do. Yeah, you gave me a great idea just then. So my first notion is just go find younger Nick and give him a slap and tell him to, shape up. But for reals, I want to visit my great grandpa, Sam Robbins, because he was a writer like me. He traveled across America during the Wild West. He was a very creative guy. I'd love to just travel with him and see how similar we are and what the differences are. And I think I'd learn a lot from him.
That would be incredible. Just think of all the information that you would probably be able to be in. Okay, so time traveling part, just so you know, I said not to. Does he know that you are progeny? Would you want him to know that you're, lineage, or would be more?
I want him to know that he inspired me a bit, but not necessarily tell him who I am.
Again, where you have no problems with mucking about timelines and stuff like that. This is complete.
I might tell him to take a certain business deal and not drop it.
Yeah. So Shakespeare, not Van Gogh it.
Right. Exactly.
Good
analogy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like where you give those nods to it, but it's like you get your inside joke and you get to admire without being like, hey, this is what becomes of your work and I can travel. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that sounds safer.
Yeah.
Jess, do you remember how you answered during the panel?
What was the question?
Backwards or forwards?
Oh.
Sorry, Nick.
I think I answered a couple of different ways, but I said I didn't want to go forward if it was on Earth because I'm too scared to see what becomes of it.
Yeah, you did.
So I was like, I would like to go and see Star Wars in cinemas in the 70s. I think that's a nice, safe, and just like fill my fandom heart, because unfortunately I was not born early enough to experience it. So I'd love to be there opening night.
It was amazing.
Ugh. I know. Every time I tell that answer, someone's like, I was. And I was like, I am so jealous.
They had popcorn.
Oh.
Real popcorn.
Yeah.
Actual butter. I would probably go back when the United States was founded to meet Benjamin Franklin.
He's a dirty man.
You would probably just only have to go back to Paris because you're going to have to find him there.
I've never met him, I promise. That was like a guttural, like, I've never met Ben Franklin. I do not time travel on record.
He would be fascinating to learn, and to a lot of the founding fathers, funny enough. And I think it would be neat also to go back to see. That was what I wanted. I wanted to see people being people. I wanted to go back in time just to show off that little concept that I love of people have always just been people, where archaeologically people have found items and everything and found out that no, it's the same thing as that we do now. Like there's like a little toy of a cow that's got wheels on it, and it was like dated like 2000, 3000 years ago BC. I don't know, something. It's like ancient, and it's the same damn thing that we have now with a little duck wooden figure with wheels and a kid with a little poultry with play. It's a toy. So it's always been, people have always kind of at the core have been people, for good and bad and all of our fun fallacy. So that's kind of what I remember. That's what my answer was. Timescale says seeing Star Wars in the cinema was awesome. Here's another one, Jess. You could sit there and watch it all day over and over, and it was not called New Hope, just Star Wars.
That was the days. And breathing in all the cigarette smoke.
Oh, that's right. Theaters smoked in theaters. Ugh.
Yep.
I clicked off quickly. Oh my god. Read Ben Franklin. Yeah. Nick is so right. It was amazing to see Star Wars before anyone ever thought of making a sequel or prequels. I was in college in 1977. And then Doctor Who at 60 and beyond says Ben was a turkey lover. Yeah, he wanted good old Benny wanted the turkey to be our national, our bird.
Because the bald eagle is actually kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Pick a smart bird.
Yeah, turkeys are really smart and resilient and hardy.
And the next one, Doctor, this was our Saturday show. Doctor Who Should Have Stayed.
Yeah.
So this kind of was similar to Who Deserves a Spinoff. So we did get similar answers with that there somebody that necessarily was either a companion. Most of the time was a companion, and you kind of wish that they stayed on the TARDIS, or they could have been a companion, and you just wish that they had stayed. This one we had answers such as me, that if Shilder had stayed on as a companion for a while. I'm trying to think other ones that said, yeah, maybe not. We hard pass on companion being a companion. I'm trying to think who else on Saturday.
Bill. They wanted Bill as a cyber Bill to stay.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, that was a big one.
That was a big one, and that was, or was that they stayed, or was that a spinoff? Because that's the thing is, and we started kind of cross-pollinating a little bit.
I think that one was a stay.
I think
because they wanted to see how they interacted with the Doctor being with a Cyberman that wasn't Bill, but had Bill's memories. Oh, we got way off topic on that.
We went on. Yeah, I want to say that one we went way off because we turned it into a spinoff.
Yeah,
because then we were talking about the right.
What makes a person a person? Is it the memories or
And with AI being what it is now, and that you have Bill who isn't Bill because Bill's gone with her girlfriend off in the great
through
unknown.
The oil puddle.
And they're in that oil slick. But so Cyberman Husk Bill is with the Doctor, still has the memories. Does that mean that there's still Bill kind of? And I think, that's when we went.
Yeah.
I'm like,
there was no Dalek there to bring us back. Yeah.
Yeah, the Dalek had to be like, you're stay on top, back on topic. Like, that's right. No, that's right. Because it was Sunday or Saturday, we didn't have a Dalek to help. So we went.
Which is why we went real.
That explains it.
Real bad. I'm trying to think of other spinoffs.
So good. It was such a great.
It was a really great idea.
So who should have stayed?
Who should have stayed? I remember Bill was one.
Sorry, I'm clicking on people's reactions to Bill staying and the consequences and then all the logistics of. Are they right? Yeah,
because I know who I said.
Okay.
Which was shoot, what is her name? This is an answer.
The girl.
So there
somebody else in the audience.
Merry Christmas, everybody's having fun. You know the girl that dances with the face huggers with Capaldi? I loved her so much, and I forget her name every time. She was in Andor.
She's in Andor. She's in Andor. And this happened during the show too. And
I always forget her name.
Somebody else called it out.
People out there, they'll know.
Please.
I'm gonna try to Google it.
Kevo to the rescue.
Sona.
Yay.
That is her name.
Thank you.
I wanted her to
what
stay.
happened during the panel.
Yeah.
We didn't remember. Like,
I'm like, I can repeat everything else. Like, it's Slade, she's listening to the music, and she's dancing, and like, yes. She's a person I think should have stayed.
Makes sense.
An actual season with River and the Doctor. Kind of like, see how the spin-off and stayed kind of a little bit.
And that's why I think I'm having trouble remembering which are specifics. Yeah. But the one I really remember was the Belle one.
And again, I do, as I did during the panels, I had to apologize for, like, because Friday and this, I mean, they were very similar.
Yeah.
I might have made these like at 2 a.m. while having a bad fever and the flu on my birthday. So last minute, I forgot to do the panels. I gotta come up and type up some panels. Yes, because these came a little bit close. I was like, I need my panel idea. Completely forgot that I just essentially did the same panel idea. Going back, I would wish upon a star for a Louise Jameson Leela spinoff. The DVD trailer got more hits than the TV episode trailers. That would be amazing if we could have Leela. Like Leela in her prime, Leela, to actually have that, because you can, again, we're playing with we can do whatever we want when you want it. It doesn't have to be, current writing 2024, let's do this kind of thing.
I think that's a great idea. I'm thinking of Leela and the Canine Puppies now.
Oh,
right.
Everybody.
I'm just saying that Canine Puppies were the best. Oh, someone wanted the Meep.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody did want Meep. Somebody wanted a spin-off of Meep. No, they wanted them to stay. You're right. They wanted the Meep to stay on the TARDIS and somehow became happy-go-lucky good Meep, I think, or just trying to be in that. I would almost.
Well, then you wouldn't know if he was faking it or not.
And I almost get that kind of vibe with Missy. So it would have been like Missy and her end, where she was trying to just kind of feel out what, look, I just like people, okay? I just like fun. I like being around people. This is great. I'm still going to have evil tendencies, but hey. So yeah, I could see Meep kind of doing that kind of vibe. Can we get back pretty much everyone from Series 8's Time Heist, but most especially Jonathan Bailey's Sigh?
Yeah, those characters needed more, for sure.
I really had a feeling. I kind of felt like we were going to see them again. Like that they were going to be another.
Like that, but they didn't.
That was the same thing with the what was it? Jodie's foil, the time agent. I think that was the one that someone brought up, was whatever happened to that time agent.
Yeah.
That we weren't sure, that we kind of felt like they were a time agent
in Rosa.
In Rosa Parks' episode. It's that, can we just get more of that person, just because I would like to know what the heck that was? Or what more, please?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Already clicked that one. Okay. Oh, nope. I'm like, we're caught up. No, Melanie, you have a lot more to click on. She was definitely supposed to stay. Plans got changed. She was supposed to be Clara's replacement.
Shona was. Yeah.
Really?
Yes. That's when Clara was supposed to die at the end of the episode.
I know that.
It mirrored Matt's. And so everyone believed, or it was theorized, that she was meant to stay on because she had her little list at the end. Like, she had a nice little Avengers post-credit scene almost. Like, she was great.
I didn't realize that. I knew she was supposed to. I knew Clara was supposed to be gone, and that, and I'm still kind of, and I'm more at Jenna than I am going to be at Moffat, because I still stand by. See, I'm already on a tangent, but I'm on the soapbox is already. I'm on it already, so you can see here and listen to this. I love Clara. I love her in the 50th. I loved her everything, but I think the problem with just Moffat wrote such a beautiful ending for Clara that it was just tied up so wonderfully that even as a greater writer as Moffat can be, because sometimes he's got problems, but yeah, he is good. He couldn't write himself out of that. And I think that's why I started just despising Clara the next season. I was like, please leave, please leave, please leave. Yay, we've got Bill and Myrtle. Sorry. Yeah. Terrible human being. Even though we had Heaven Sent and they were still good.
But she wasn't in that. That's why I loved it.
Lady Christina D'Souza should have stayed. Give me her bus again.
Mm-hmm.
A little flying, her little, I don't want to call it a TARDIS bus, but her little, because remember, she had her little
tiny bus.
Her little timey-wimey bus. Yeah. Andrew says, I think some showrunners have written some Doctor Who episodes while feverish with a variety of insults or results. Yeah. Faith is Jenny, the Doctor's daughter. They said more with her or come back. And that's when I think a lot of people we kept bringing up Big Finish, because a lot of this, they are back. They're back in Big Finish. And if you have never given them a try,
and I think with Jenny,
watch.
I said, like, my theory when we first had Clara and she kept coming back and showing back up, my theory was that Clara was Jenny before we found out she was the Impossible Girl or whatever. Mm-hmm. And that's what I kind of wanted. I was like, that's how she knows a lot about the Doctor. That's how she's able to die but not really be dead. And I was like, missed opportunity. But I digress. Canine puppies. All right, but everyone heard it here first. Canine puppies. So if they ever happen, I just put my name in the credits, BBC. Just put my name in the credits. That's all I need.
That's all she needs.
Yeah. I mean, compensation would be nice, but
how about some Vinder and Bell spinoff? You know what? I think I could watch that. Give me a mini series. I'm open to wanting to, because I wasn't too crazy about the characters, only because I think I wasn't too crazy about the arc. Mm-hmm. But that's where I'm like, no. I would give me give me a mini series, and then let's go. I'm greenlighting it past the pilot. I'm going full mini series.
Vostra and Jenny was another spinoff idea that someone came up with, and we said that Drax had to be there.
And because I'm like, Strax supremacy. No, we need everything. Everything needs to have Strax.
I say Drax. Am I saying Guardians?
Yes, you're saying Guardians.
Another crossover.
Actually, that would be a really funny
Strax.
Hold on, but that would be a really funny crossover of Jenny and Vostra with Michael Batista with Drax.
But you know what? They're kind of similar in the neither one of them take idioms. They have to take both those characters take everything literally.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So it kind of works. And they're both element for war.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Then can we have Strax with the Guardians?
Oh no.
Fit right in.
Oh Lord. They're the same person. I'm gonna make a meme right now. It's this. They're the same picture.
They're the same picture.
I need somebody to make that for me. Because Drax and Strax, it's the same photo.
I know. It is.
Vendor the Bell for sure. There's so many comments. I'm so sorry. I'm like, I would say I'm an hour behind, but no, it's like 3 minutes. Yeah, then she changed her mind. Hush, Jess. We joke a lot about Moffat killing people off, but he had 2 major companion eras that lasted multiple seasons. He's too sentimental. That's a good point. No need to fear that with RTD coming, LOL.
No,
and
he's out.
Then again,
because RTD, he's always
but he's also kind of retconned all of his own, like with Donna recently, he's retconned that tragedy and brought her back. Yeah. So I'm like, who did we actually lose with RTD? Because Rose exists and is fine in her own universe, and Donna's back, and like really we haven't. I feel like fallen into the same. I'm getting off topic, but good. Falling into that same trope.
I don't see Donna as a retcon, more of as a fix it, so that her story still plays out, because a lot of what's happened was very
cheapens the
formulative
loss.
for Rose, her daughter.
I think it cheapens the loss, though. If you're going to get your memories back, I think it cheapens the tragedy.
Sure, but he's having his cake and
Sure.
eating it. We get the tragic ending and then a new beginning.
I'm good with happy endings.
Yeah,
Oh.
for happy ending.
I'm good with it. It
Oh.
doesn't lessen the sacrifice.
There's
See,
You're
no-
for
still
me,
willing
it's
to
like,
give it all just because you
for
live
me,
at the
it
end.
feels like if you
Sorry.
had like Eurydice and it's like, oh, it doesn't matter that he looked back. She still gets to come out of the underworld. You know, that's what it feels like to me. It feels like it's now cheapened the journey. But that's my opinion.
That's
I know that
fair.
some people
I
need
like being
happy
over here in happy
endings.
denial. You like the bit.
I
you
like
really like that bittersweet kind of.
I
so painful. I love it.
I
But
want it to hurt. I am a Star Wars
You're
fan.
like,
I want it
no,
to
but-
hurt.
I understand. But yeah, it says no need to fear that with RTD coming, and I think that was interesting how people are another off-topic-y kind of thing. How Ruby Sunday is. They were like, oh well, we're already getting another companion. I'm like, Tennant had a different companion for each season the first time around. So where's the issue? That's kind of like he's kind of always did that, companion. It's really 11 started learning a little bit.
He doesn't like endings. That was the big thing with 11, and I think that was very reminiscent of Moffat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Iris Wildtime spinoff with Katie Manning, written by Paul. I'm not going to say this. Makers. I'm
McGrays.
I'm
probably
butchering it, and I apologize. So Paul wrote. Have Paul writing it.
He loves it.
Paul M.
Good old Paul.
Good old Paul. Loved Heaven Sent, but it could have been for another companion. The real person, the real Clara died at the end of series 7, and the Clara we were left with was just another Clara Echo. Ooh, I like that.
You got to point to Echo.
Echo.
I only have Hunter. So. It's a Clara Echo.
Echo. I liked Baron Bell. Yes, Jess, you did say Strax. So yeah, I'm 5 minutes behind. So I'm going to put these up to say I love you all, and I'm letting everyone quickly read them. But I'm
okay. Strax and Rocket doing weapons talks. I saw that, and I was like, oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Someone that's a fan needs to do a little comic strip. Who can draw a comic strip of that? Rocket and Strax talking about explosions.
Well, we have Missy and the Meep earlier. That sounds like an awesome sitcom.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Jess isn't wrong. It's just a tough call. How many people say they wish Adric had been saved? What happens when he is? No, that's yeah. I mean, that's because it's easy to complain about something. That's why, and I know the heart wants what the heart wants. And it's just sometimes the heart wants different.
Because I like to complain about how traumatic Donna is, but like now I can't complain about it because
this girl makes sense. She Christian's replacement. # we love Christian. Also, just likes trauma. But it'd take away the dilemma in Star Trek. Star Trek with Strange New Worlds and the dilemma of whether or not to save Captain Pike or keep with canon down the line. I think a lot of people are going to start toying with multiverses and really start going a little what if with it. And I think, and that's where I think what if works so well is because it's posited as what if. And then you have your fun little thing. And that way you don't have to go crazy canon because we're like, no. We said what if. And I think that's why, honestly, even as a child, I loved reading the what if comics because I could pick up any what if comic and enjoy it because I didn't have to jump in to know every single aspect of.
Also, isn't that basically fan fiction?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Mars.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you, Timescales.
Mars.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Paul Mars, yeah.
Paul Mars. Okay. And now that I've say the word Paul Mars out loud, I go, oh, I've heard that name before.
Is there an echo in here?
Yes.
Echo.
I'm here.
Yeah. I'm Echo. The Bannerman Road Adventures. Who? Why is Rocket? Ooh. Now everyone else is going, who is Echo? I think I'm actually kind of caught up now. Maybe.
Yay.
All right. Last one. Who should have stayed? Oh, wait. Did we say who we think should have stayed? Kind of, maybe. Or should I just move on?
Mm-hmm. Well, I gotta say who
Let's get Nick.
Yes.
Yeah. Richard Mates from The Visitation. A very ebullient actor. I think he would have been wonderful on the TARDIS, and it could have got quite meta because you've got these BBC actors in the show, and then you've got Richard Mace being an actor, and then you've got all the culture shock, and you've got the wonder that he had when he saw strange devices and alien technology. That would have been fun.
I think it would be very fun. And I said mine was Shauna. So what was yours, Shona?
Mine, I think I didn't even say it during the panel, but
I don't think you did either because we got really off topic.
But mine was Idris. I wanted to see Idris again.
I love Idris.
I wanted like somehow in the TARDIS either just projects Idris and saying, okay, it's almost like an AI kind of feature, because we've seen the AI kind of thing when the Doctor gets hurt or whatever and he wants to see somebody like, no, not you, I don't want someone that painful, that kind of thing. And I think it would be neat having the TARDIS being Idris to be, talking all that kind of stuff here and there and everywhere. That was going to be mine. Was going to be, give me Idris.
I like that.
Neil Gaiman, come back here and write some more. Then last one, even though I know we're running out of time-ish. I know we're going to start doing these things to an hour, but look. Doctor, who would you like to meet? Now, this was one that an audience member said that they wanted to meet Rosa Parks. And a lot of answers were a lot of historical figures and
or fictional, because we did say you.
And there was fictional. Oh yes, because that was one thing. Because a lot of people started asking, "Well, is this real or fictional?" And I'm like, "Who do you want to meet?" We're talking about TV show, and we're talking about a blue box that goes through space and time. Who would you like to meet?
It's a tough one.
Let's see.
And it was also posed of who would you want the Doctor to meet as well. So people were like, who would you specifically want to meet if you had the TARDIS? But then there was like, who would you want the Doctor to meet?
See on the show.
And I think, so I know someone said Tolkien, and I think that's a popular one of that. And I think the episode idea is that the Doctor goes to a planet that is basically Middle Earth.
Mm-hmm.
But he gets like inspiration. We were talking about how like language, he could just learn this language, and how there could be like so much with its languages.
Because he was so linguistically knowledgeable that he could go to this alien planet and not necessarily just completely figure out the language, but understand quickly without like the TARDIS translating. And that could have been the thing.
And that was the thing, was the TARDIS translation matrix goes out.
It goes out, but he's understanding it because he's picking it up, because he just understands language and rhythm and how, the etymology of how, okay, well, you're culturally this, and that was that kind of fun with Tolkien, that not that, he just picked up a language. No, just a little bit inspiring and playing around again with the smarts behind it.
Be brilliant about languages, but make it practical with aliens.
We have
this is the only place you'll hear say make it practical, but with aliens.
Right. Yeah. Fictional Link in Princess Zelda. Does it matter which game? Roger, let me know. Faith says C.S. Lewis, I think.
Mm-hmm. You could with Tolkien because they're besties, so they could go together. Sorry.
We'll just hang out.
Yeah.
That would be really good. And I'm sorry, I was watching Mal play.
I know.
She was doing kicky feet. She was doing a little murder kicky feet. She was doing murder kicky feet. I got all excited. I was like,
she's the real star of the show.
A Doctor Who and Inspector Space-Time crossover.
From
Community.
Oh my gosh.
Which is funny because Nardole was the super fan that wanted to be the constable to Ahmed's Doctor. He wanted to be Constable Reggie. He wanted to be the companion to Abed's Inspector Space-Time, and look, he ends up being the companion to the third to 12. Aristotle. Ooh. The Inklings in Oxford, including there we are, Tolkien and Lewis. Mark says that makes that the Doctor meets Gandalf and that the Doctor becomes Merlin in the battlefield.
Yeah.
Okay, this is getting fun. I was like, heck yeah! Now we're getting a whole. I'm seeing nice, fun stuff.
Oh my gosh! It makes me think of the line that I always hate wizards in tales because it always turns out to be him. So the Doctor, I want him to have a costume change into white. He
turns off gray, and that he turns.
And acknowledging it. Oh, I'm stuck in that role again.
Yeah, it's great.
Or, Tolkien witnesses a regeneration.
Oh yeah.
Gray to white, and then okay.
Yeah.
Who shall not pass? I have to yell at you. I'd like to see the TARDIS materialize next to the first police phone box in Albany, New York in 1877 and get confused. That would be amazing. That would be a nice little fun little historical nod. Also, I didn't realize that police boxes were in Albany. Mm-hmm. So I just learned something. Oop. The turn. I come back to you. At the turn of the. Wait, did I click on something? My brain's.
No.
Doctor Who Red Dwarf crossover would be nice. Maybe and it was maybe the first Zelda game or Ocarina of Time. I was thinking Ocarina of Time. Just a nice, great game. We also have. I'd love to see some historical figures from the 80s and 90s. Yeah. That's genuinely history at this point. It is. And I love to see a Who take on the eras. I'm hoping that we might see some of that, but I guess we've been seeing more nods and stuff from Ruby Sunday and Shooty with the Doctor. And I think they're going to like 70s. I think they go to the 60s or something. But there's something 80s and 90s per se.
And I think people did. I think this was the one where people were saying they wanted some like Native Americans because of that's who they would want to see or have represented on the show is like the accurate Native Americans, like before white people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because this was the part where this was a panel that presented a lot of people saying that the one thing that they want to, this presents more representation. And I loved how it was being more specific in that they wanted to see, one person did bring up like the Trail of Tears, that they wanted to see what life was on a reservation as that was what was going on in Oklahoma as that was coming, and that all the people in influx of, I would say influx, but those that survived it got there, and to bear witness to that. Trying to guess, I thought it made so it was also not meet specifically one person, real, otherwise fictional, blah blah blah, but also meet as a culture and to be able to see more of that. And that was one where I think it was also where I brought like the how I had called back in this one that we did previously with seeing more in Guatemala, seeing more in the Latin and the in Hispaniola and all the Caribbean islands a lot more, because I mean that's more my demographic.
Yeah.
But that would be kind of cool with what other
England.
So just England being able to go, hey, let's broaden out.
Which I understand why.
Yeah.
Like, it's produced and done in England.
And I
like,
do-
but I also feel like there's been such a large move for that, because I know with Marvel doing like Echo, here we go
Mhm.
again, but doing Echo, and you're having that representation, and then they also have in the What If, they have the
Yep,
other Native
Kalori.
American. So I love it.
Somebody had brought up the West, that they wanted to see more
Oh
of
yeah.
of the West, of more, I would say, that like the Texas-y kind of area, that type of, not necessarily cowboys, that kind of thing, but more the homesteaders and that kind of Western little bit as well.
Pioneer.
Like turn of the century-ish, like 1800s.
Prairie, like the
Prairie.
what is that game that we all played and you
Oregon
get
Trail.
dysentery? Yes. I was like, you get dysentery. What is that? Yes.
Like that kind of thing.
Can't wait for that cliffhanger.
I don't want to watch that. Let's see. I think that's about it. I know there's more comments
In Wales.
because the first word
yeah.
was, his first thing was early Native American settlements and civilization culture. Then he wrote in Wales, so maybe also, or maybe
it's
just
filmed,
commenting it.
the studios in Wales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A sequel to the 2007 Shakespeare episode using the same actor. That would be fun.
That would be fun.
It would be kind of cool bringing him back and not recognizing the Doctor, and whether or not the Doctor brings up anything, but then maybe whether or not Shakespeare realizes it, susses out that that's the Doctor. I don't know.
Mhm.
Actually, Jess, New Who and New Who is not filmed in England, to be picky. That's the
Wales.
Yeah, it's in Wales. I've been there too. That's the worst part, is like I've been to the studio in Wales.
India.
But you know, they don't set anything in Wales except for Torchwood.
Yeah, that's
sorry.
Okay, so we are about, we're approaching the hour and a half mark, so I think we should kind of attempt wrapping it up ish. But Nick, who would you like to meet? Who would you like to meet?
So I think the Doctor should go back and find Herman Melville, because and pull a Van Gogh with him too, because he died in obscurity. He had, Moby Dick was a flop during his life.
Yep.
And so he really needed a Doctor to say, everything's going to be okay. Everyone's going to look back as you're one of the greatest American authors ever. And the guy would have been happy. I like happy endings too.
Yeah.
There's going to be for him to find out how many people end up having to, how many school children have to read.
Yeah,
and at least to know the excerpts, or at least know "Call Me Ishmael," and that's the.
Maybe he deserved what he got, but still, it's nice to know the truth.
Yep.
Someone had said, the author of the Time Machine,
H.G. Wells.
H.G. Wells.
Yes. I was like, the one from The Flash. Because that's how I remember his name. I was like, he's in The Flash, but that's not him. But like, that's his name. So yeah,
that's right. Someone had said H.G. Wells, and then I know I brought it up. I think because all I could think was how in the Time Machine movie, not the recent ones, like the first originally one, the one that looks like a sleigh.
George Powell.
How that has like the round kind of going around, and to me it reminds me of the rotor, the time rotor, because it's going to be spinning around and stuff. So kind of play with that with all the knobs.
Where was that inspiration from?
Gadgets. So it's a little bit TARDIS-y.
So I like the idea of forgetting Time Lash ever happened, so the Doctor could meet H.G. Wells for the first time. You pull a kind of Deadpool. Oh, that never happened. So
yeah.
Okay. And then somebody else had, because I think you're right, because a lot of people are saying H.G. Wells, and like, nope, they already met him. He already met him, and I think that was one where we were talking about it, and somebody had brought it up. So, no, he's already brought it.
But then they were like, but we would want him to kind of like meet again, like you were saying,
be a different Doctor.
Yeah,
because that became can it be a different Doctor? They're like, okay, fine. Because everyone's like, Mulligan, yes, you can, yes, go for it. Jules Verne would be great.
Yes,
I think that would be another fun one. Anything more of our science fiction kind of fun because we did talk. Somebody had asked about Mary Shelley, and then that's when we said nope. And that was a great thing. Is a lot of times when if somebody did bring up somebody and it's been in an episode, it was a neat learning experience for a lot of people, and a lot of people go, "Oh, I didn't know that. Well, I guess I have an episode to go find." So it became almost like a little call to action to a person to say, "Oh, is this the one I haven't seen? I need to go find it." And yeah, no reason for people to meet multiple times. So I think we're about done ish. Yeah. Otherwise, we're going to go for 2 hours, and that's going to be crazy because I have work to do. So I'm going to.
But overall, that was basically a very quick, comparatively snapshot of the panels at MegaCon, including the bunny trails.
Yes, just like our show here. And we kind of warned everybody at our panels that we tend to be highly interactive, that we tend to be, the beginning, it's just us talking like crazy people. But then as people get comfortable and everyone's vibing and realizes, oh no, we're a nice little happy, good, positive space to bring up whatever you want. And if someone is correcting, it's because they're like, oh, that's happened. It's actually in this episode. But what episode do you want to keep going with? So nobody was like, it's already been done, slap on the wrist. It's kind of like
there was no,
going,
well, actually.
Okay. Yes, there was no that. No tech. Okay, so yeah, actually, I thought it was obvious. Blah, 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 blah.
I thought it was obvious. Yeah,
I thought it was obvious. No, there wasn't any of that. Meet Houdini, because I think that one was brought up because 13 and 15 mentioned Crazy Week Summer spent with them, and I want to know about it. Yes. Okay, so completely wrapping up. Nick, is there anything that you want to plug, promote, or otherwise tell people?
I got to tell people this Saturday I'm doing a reading of my new poetry book, totally unrelated to everything else. It's called Cloud Walking. So wish me luck. It's going to be the first time I've live launched it. I'm going to read some poems. It's in my little upstate New York town, but I love poetry as well. And yeah, hope it goes well.
Where is it in case anybody can?
It's in Fredonia, New York.
Fredonia?
Fredonia.
Yes. like Fredonia. Scenic
like
Fredonia.
Fredonia. Like Fredonia?
That was a possible name for the USA before it became the USA. It could have been Fredonia.
Fredonia. And I'll click on these now so that you can see all the lovely people wishing you good lucks. And all the other fun stuff. So, Jess, where are you going? What are you doing? Are you just vegging out? Are you having fun? Andrew says, keep up your Jedi meditation. But do you have anything to plug?
No, I mean, I cosplay, and that's where I am on Instagram. And I have started a new Jedi Instagram as well, where I'm probably going to have like inspirational Jedi stuff and maybe do some meditation videos, because I had a great turnout for MegaCon for my Jedi meditation. So I had people asking if I had stuff online that they could go and just watch, and I was like, oh gosh, I mean, I could, like, you want that? And they were like, yes. So that might be coming in the future. So
Jedi Jess?
That's awesome.
Yes, it's with one S, but yeah, Jedi Jess with one S.
Great.
And Jess had panels all 4 days as well?
Just three. The 3 days. Mornings.
3 mornings. So it was just before our panel. She was teaching everybody mindful meditation. And then at the close.
With a Jedi twist.
With a Jedi twist. And at the close, got up serenely and proceeded to sprint to our panel because she was late.
Because mine ended at 10:45 and ours began at 10:45.
So I would start and then I got to the point where I just warned them, like, there's going to be a Jedi running through here and clambering up the stage. Pay her no mind. You do not see her. I'm kidding. So, yeah. Lastly, my turn.
Plug.
So you can find me at You can find me at Pieces of Melee. Mostly on Instagram is where I tend to lurk out. Sometimes it'll cross post to Facebook as well. Right now I am crazy busy with my full-time job, which is working with stained glass and all these other kind of fun things. I'll probably start soon, and I'll post it on here to say the company I work for and put their social media up, because I don't want to do my own and then cross post to the company, and because it really is me. So if you are interested in stained glass and want to see the process of 3D modeling, of cutting glass, printing, doing all the fun things of the Lewis Comfort Tiffany stained glass fun, as well as making the lamps themselves. They're going to be cast in bronze and patina and all this fun little journey. Yeah, that's my life. So anyway, but yeah, ta-da! There's my life. And with that, I'm going to attempt clicking on, let's see, one question for Jess. What about Sith trance workshops?
So I would probably have to defer to, I have a Sith friend who would be more well-versed. I am educating myself on the Sith because to defeat your enemy, you must first know them. So I do learn about the Sith, but I would not consider myself well-versed or inspirational in regards to the Sith ways. However, I could hook people up with Sith people, but I'd love to have a conversation about the Force first. No, I'm kidding. It was a little religious joke.
Okay, and with that, if I can find the correct buttons to push, because I know we're supposed to click something that says like, share, subscribe, blah, 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 but that has been rolling down at the very bottom this entire show. So thank you for coming here. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Thank you for, if you can, throw a like up at the very top. I would really appreciate that. As every other thing says, it helps the algorithm. If you like it, awesome. If you don't, like it anyway. Or give me a dislike. I don't care. Put a crying emoji on there. That'd be kind of fun. I'm terrible, and this is why I can't be left unsupervised. Next week, I cannot remember what our show is, because that would be helpful. I know we had planned out a whole thing with Dave Chapman of what other shows we're going to be having, but do you think I can find it quickly? Maybe. Nope. Oh, I lied. So this weekend, Dave Chapman is actually going to be at Pensacon. He's got a bunch of panels. There's 4 panels. Look also for our friends, the Earth Station Who. So Mike, Mary, and Mike are going to be there as well. I believe Dave's going as a guest of theirs. So they're going to do panels from Do You Want to Start a Podcast? Crisis of Superhero Movies, Time and Space Unveiled. So it's going to be Current Landscape of Doctor Who. And then lastly, Galactic Odyssey, the state of the Star Wars franchise in 2024. So panel each day. If you're going to be in Pensacon, there you go. I'm trying to find what our what's supposed to be next week. If I can keep vamping. This chat is way too long.
If you want to play Sabak this Sunday, Sabak for Charity is having a game at the Bow Spot in downtown Orlando. So if you'd like to learn some Sabak and you'd like to have like Bow and Boba. Yeah. It's called the Bow Spot. It's under where the new Fringe Fest place is, which is where Mad Cow Theater used to be. So it's like right under there, if you know where that is, on like Church Street. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I was there the last time they had a thing, and this Sunday they're having a gathering, and they play gambling in Star Wars way, but raise money for charity. So it's good fun, and I'm hoping to go. So you might see me there if you come out. So.
Go. Maybe I can go.
I was like, I'll throw that one out there.
I lied. It's not going to be Doctor Who Supplies. Apparently, we are going to be reviewing Big Finish Audio, The Maltese Penguin. So that's going to be a 6th Doctor one with Frobisher the Penguin. So not 6. Yeah, 6th Doctor. It is Colin Baker. Yep, so that's going to be next week, I believe, unless everything goes awry. Okay, now me shushing up and trying to find the correct button to push, because Lord knows where it is. There's so many rat holes.
Like, subscribe, interact.
Like, interact, blah, blah, blah. There's still commercials in this thing. Oh, I
Correct
found
me and
it.
say that it was in Wales and not England. Like,
Yes. Okay, found the end card. Bye, y'all.